Britain in the early 1960s stood at a crossroads. The shadow of World War II was fading. A new era of prosperity was dawning. The country was poised for a period of immense social, cultural, and political change. This was a time of great hope and optimism, a sense that anything was possible. The old order was crumbling, and a new generation was eager to take its place. The 1950s, often seen as a period of conservatism, had laid the groundwork for the upheaval to come. Post-war austerity was giving way to increased consumer spending. The seeds of rebellion against traditional values were being sown. Young people, in particular, were looking for new ways to express themselves. They found their voice in music, fashion, and a growing rejection of the status quo. This was a decade of contradictions. Traditional values clashed with new ideas. The gap between generations seemed to widen. Yet, amidst the turbulence, there was a sense of excitement, a feeling that Britain was awakening from a long slumber. The stage was set for the swinging 60s, a decade that would redefine British society and leave an indelible mark on the world. The 1960s witnessed the birth of youth culture as a powerful force for social change. Young people, emboldened by economic prosperity and inspired by new musical genres, sought to break free from the constraints of the past. They demanded to be heard, to be seen, and to have their voices count. This newfound assertiveness was reflected in their appearance, their music, and their attitudes. At the forefront of this youthquake was a new breed of musicians. Bands like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and The Who became the soundtrack of a generation. Their music, infused with energy and rebellion, gave voice to the hopes and frustrations of young people across the nation. Coffee bars and clubs became hubs of social interaction, pulsating with the rhythms of rock and roll. The emergence of youth culture was not without its critics. Older generations often struggled to comprehend this new wave of youthful expression. The music was deemed too loud, the clothing too rebellious, and the attitudes too dismissive of tradition. Yet the youthquake was unstoppable, sweeping aside old norms and ushering in a new era of self-expression and youthful empowerment. The 1960s was a period of profound social transformation in Britain. Traditional social structures were challenged as never before. Issues like class, gender, and sexuality were openly debated. The roles of women, in particular, underwent significant change, with increasing numbers entering the workforce and demanding equal rights. The rise of feminism was a defining feature of the decade. Women began to question their traditional roles as wives and mothers. They sought greater autonomy